back out. You put it back in. Tapcon, you put in once, you take it out, you don't get it back in again. Tapcon, you got to make a pilot hole. So those GK fasteners, if you're in masonry, I'd be seeking them. We don't offer those as far as a product line, but they do, and they've got different lengths. They've got a big old head on it, and it's got a nut driver on it, so you just, and it's got the drill bit right on the end. In masonry installations, that's the way to do it. Over the lag bolts, in my opinion. It's just quicker. Oh, this is a hands-on class. I didn't get 2 victims or volunteers. Once you guys throw this pan over there, we just want to make sure that you don't think that these guys are skilled and this is made to look easy. Now, was that easy, guys?
Yes.
See that guy's testimony? Again, that's. I mean, you guys are going to tell me, is that not a sweet system of rapid installation? It's totally. Give them the drill. Look where your studs are there.
You said you wanted to go in.
Well, you don't have to go in a grout joint. I like if you're on a dry stack. I like going through the middle of the rock, so it's easier for me to dress. But at the same time, you know, like this rock really pops out a lot. Where the rock you had your finger on, I'm sure I can get that stud with that because it's lower. It's in more. So I'd probably choose the smaller rocks to do that. The less popped out. What you guys can do is, we got that 2 foot. Yeah. Let's put that up there. Now, this product line that we have is really a neat thing. Let me just say this. We got people that order from us 1 foot. They're trimming out the bottom of a foundation. They want a 1 foot panel. Well, if that's the case, and we're concerned about waste for you as a customer, take our 2 foot panel, cut it in half, use 1/2 and another half, screw it to the wall. You're not wasting any. If you're looking for 2 foot high, buy a 2 foot by 5 foot panel. If you're looking for 3 foot, buy the 3 by 5. If you're looking for 4 foot, get 2 of the 2 footers. If you're looking for 5 foot, a 2 footer and a 3 footer. If you're looking for a 6 foot, 2 3 footers. You know, this is what we're getting at, is that we get the increment of height there, so you don't have waste.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
How many different panels do you actually have then in the foot size?
In the a lot. We're going to give you a catalog with all the.
What I'm saying is, in that pattern, how far did you go before you had a repeat?
A long way, because there's a couple of reasons there. First and foremost, on the 3 footer, I'm going to do a row of 3 footer like this. Well, we've got 4 different panels there. That let's just do it 1 2 3 4, and then let's do 2 4 1 3. You follow me? That'll shake up that. On the next row, say we're going to go to another 3 foot, so we're making a 6 foot. Install them upside down. You do that, gentlemen and ladies, you will find you're not seeing the pattern reproduce. You're just not seeing it. So that's a done deal. That, again, I really believe that our time in the field, then converting into manufacturing, has benefited us and you, that we are looking for these things that a normal manufacturer doesn't have the in-field time to address these little concerns like that. Now this is the 2 footer. You got the 2 foot interlocking column corner. You got the 3 footer, and you got the outside corners. If we wanted to, we could. I'm going to do river rock here, which isn't interlocking, just to show you how we can do it just as fast. Well, not just as fast. We've got non-interlocking panels. We've got interlocking panels. Sometimes you're going to need one more than you need the other, and you got to make that choice. And we can help you discern which product line is the best for you. But I wanted to show you how we mud a corner that isn't prefab, that isn't interlocking, and it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to start right about here with a 3 foot, then we're going to turn the corner, and then we're going to seam a vertical joint there, and then we're going to put the upper pieces on here.
Do you have cap for this?
Yes. There is, at this point, we've been asked to make like Soldier Trail brick. Right now we've got a ledge stone that dresses this out. Okay, this is a solid piece, so what we're going to do is we're going to countersink a little bit of a hole. We're then going to screw it 1 2 3 4 screws, the deck screws again, and then touch that up with a little bit of grout. That's a ledge cap at this point. Notice that the the pitch of it. Usually if you've got siding up here, you're going to take your flashing and then you're going to start your siding. So your water intrusion is a big deal. And I should have probably addressed something. I'm showing you how to install the panels. This is supposed to be a treated surface. In other words, it's ready for the panels. As we go over to that column over there, we're going to talk about water intrusion and the big deal that it is and how we must attentively install with that in mind. Okay, it's a big problem. And we're gonna achieve success in there. We've got some revolutionary products over there. The Delta Dry is one of them, and we'll go over that. But we've got an evaporation and a drip provision in there so condensation can get out of the equation and air can get behind it. And we'll get into that. Right now I'm just showing you how this is being installed. We're going to formally address treating different substrates for water intrusion capability or lack of having a problem there. All right. Now, I chose just I think you guys can kind of see just on this little bit of an exposure. I could have sheeted the whole thing in here. I don't think we need to do that. I think conceptually you got the idea. What I wanted to do next, after we're done installing some more panels, is we're going to come back and address this. In stonework by a masonry contractor, we don't want to see a vertical line. We don't want to see a straight horizontal line. In other words, you don't lay rocks in a straight line. What do you got here, guys? What's this? It's a straight line. Well, we're going to lose that. Okay? Now, I'll tell you what. Right now, if we left this alone and the average person came and looked at it, they wouldn't notice it. That doesn't take us off the hook. As I said before, when we're done with an installation, and when I speak we, I want you to understand it's a collective. All of us. When we install this unit, it's supposed to be looking like a masonry contractor came in and laid one stone at a time, real stone. And he would have never done that straight line there. So there's a flaw in this. Now, could we get by with it and most people not recognize it? Yeah. But that's not putting us at the cream of the crop. We want to be the premier company, don't we? So we need to address the little incidentals like this. In addition, I'm sure you guys can. Can you not see that joint right there? Oh, it's a pretty nice joint, isn't it? Come on. I mean, but it's still visible. We're going to have to treat that. And we're going to do that with you today. Furthermore, if we had two flat, we got the rectangular 4x8s, we got the rectangular 3x5s, we got the rectangular 2x5s. When you take two verticals, hey, that don't look like rock. And you take the two horizontals, hey, that don't look like rock. Well, we're going to mud those. We're going to affect those. As I told you with regards to the water feature, the rock wall that you saw me doing at home, or this boulder cliff rock type of panels, we cut and we mud. Well, we've got to make it look real. So we're going to do that with the stone too. Not rocket science. It's not a lot of work. In fact, the final analysis when you're done of your seaming and all the process steps that we go through, we're still beating culture stone material-wise, labor-wise, and strength, longevity, and realism. So these are all important attributes that we have to look into and make sure that we've got the I's dotted and the T's crossed. At this point, we're going to leave this because, as I said, when we start mixing up the texture mud, we'll do so on several different things, and we'll just, instead of mixing up a little batch and letting it sit and getting hard, we'll get the efficiency out of all of it. What we're going to do next is we're going to come by and just fill the joints, deal with the vertical, and I call it the vertical joint, even though it's sawtooth. It's less obvious than just a straight line is, wouldn't it? So this line and that line we're going to take care of. Any questions so far on this?
How would you cut it?
Oh, you cut it with a regular saw.
No, I mean to get
Oh,
short.
take this piece and lay it over, like say I want to cut it here. Just lay that sawtooth over here, mark it, and then just cut it. We've got a zip tool. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. It's like a router with a drill bit. A sawzall, a grinder. You know, these are the tools that we use to cut this. And we can, like John's pointing out, if we go to that corner over there under a 5-foot goods, we might have a big gap there. We might have a panel that's too long. If you were going to that corner, you'd put your panel there, lay your inside corner over it, trace the teeth, cut it out, and then it fits together. Will there be a little bit of mud work there? Of course there will. More than what's here, but not phenomenally painful. It's simple. It's ease. Let's take into consideration, and I want to stress this to you, 30, 40, 50 square foot a day max. We just blew in, how many square foot was this? About 70? In minutes. we're not done yet, but even if you take these events into play and the staining and the sealing,